Hey guys, JHoyt here. Quick little announcement. My birthday is coming up on June 27th. And if we can hit 125 subs before that time, that'd be awesome. But if you guys want to support me a little bit more, send me a nice little birthday present. There is a donation link down in the description. It's under Streamlabs. If you scroll down a little bit, go through all my sponsors and everything else, it is down there. Make sure you check that out. But if you guys don't want to do that, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and enjoy the video.
You already know just where I be, dog. I ain't being cocky, but Philly what I'm reppin'. Watch me check it like it's hockey. I ain't tryna get it twisted. If you get it, then you got me. If you with it, cool. If not, I'll treat you like a Tamagotchi. I'ma let you down point. Yeah, I never disappoint.
What's going on, guys? JHoyt back with you today. Welcome back to episode number 19 of the Seattle Attack franchise mode. Last episode, we had the big playoff run. After 3 years of sucking, we finally got to the dance of the Stanley Cup playoffs. We went through Calgary, we went through Vancouver, then we get to Edmonton, and we just couldn't do it. We went Game 7, 1 goal away, 1 game away, and we just couldn't do it. So had some technical difficulties. I am sorry about that. I couldn't control it. Actually, when I went back and edited that video, there was a lot more I should say many more problems in that video than just, what I thought there was while talking in the video. So that ended up sucking pretty badly, but hopefully we have a fix for it. I'm trying up some new settings in this one, so hopefully that does end up working out for us. But either way, today is a very, very big episode. Obviously, after the playoffs, we have the off-season. But when I say a big off-season, that's not just meaning, okay, we went pretty far in the playoffs, all we gotta do is maintain our team, and we should be a pretty good team for next year. Sort of, but not really. So today, we are all relying on a big piece of the puzzle in the draft, but let's get it started right away. In the draft, I forgot to mention it beforehand, but let's just take a quick look at it while it's paused on Vegas. So the first guy here is Atkinson, most likely going to go first overall here. He has a franchise potential. Probably going to be around 80, 81 overall or so. But the guy we're going after essentially is Lindros. Lindros? So that's a little bit weird, but Logan Lindros. As you can tell, he's going to be a very good defenseman coming out of the draft. Should be about high 70s, hopefully maybe even 80 overall. But what the whole trade is here is to try to acquire Lindros. However, it's going to be very difficult. Sort of. So let's go see which team actually ends up taking Lindros, because we need a trade to that team. Okay, so the Florida Panthers, let's go offer them a trade because we want Lindros. Now, I did try trading up to the top 5 of picks just to try to get him. Well, actually, it was the top 3, not top 5. But I tried to get Lindros, essentially, with the second overall pick, because I assumed that the franchise guy was going to go very, very high in the draft. So Lindholm, or not, I keep saying Lindholm. I got to stop saying that. Lindros, we want him. However, this is where the big part comes in. And we're actually going to be trading away Korpisalo. Now, you'll understand why in a second. So before you start raging, be like, oh, you're trading away your number 1 goaltender, blah, 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 blah. Well, the thing is, he hasn't really been that great with us. And, I can show you exactly why I'm doing this. Not because we have some franchise guy, coming up. But we have Valaheinen down there. And we have Scott, who did very, very well in the AHL. Plus, we have Zetterberg coming eventually, I guess. He's still very low overall. So we might have to actually trade him and find someone else, because his overall is very, very low. So unless he grows dramatically this year, then I don't really know. But either way, so Florida will have too many goalies, which sucks. But Luongo, hopefully we can find a guy in a 1-year contract here that doesn't really matter to them. So, okay. So he's got an extension on him. I'm going to try to make it more realistic and just take away... I mean, it doesn't really matter. Let's just take away Reimer a little bit. So that way it kind of matches up salary-wise. We're not going to re-sign Reimer if he does, if this trade does go through, but it should go through. There we go. That trade does go through. However, we are not done. Now, the only reason I traded Korpisalo, well, I probably should have showed you because I don't think I did. But one, it sends him to the Eastern Conference. But he's been decent with us, but he hasn't really been great, essentially. So I don't know what it is about Seattle. It's just he's not performing here. I mean, last year was like kind of lucky we got into the playoffs, to be completely honest. Like, it was very, very lucky. So I feel like, a fresh start for him gives us a fresh start with the guy we're about to acquire. And it kind of helps us out with Lindros being, we're going to get a great defenseman in return. So he was, 78 overall, I believe I saw. Yeah, 78 overall, 18 years old. Same situation as Alanko. So I'm super excited to see what they do. But like I said, I mean, we have Smith, we have Martinez, we have Brodin, or I shouldn't even put Brodin in that same situation. But Martinez and Smith, and then we have Shattenkirk, all 32, 33 years old, which is, going to be not much longer with us, essentially. So, Bowie and Brodin are going to be that next top-line duo, in a sense, once Shattenkirk finally drops under Bowie, or, depending on the performance, I should say. But, having these two guys will definitely ensure our future. Plus, with Liljegren, Dobson, Goldman, and, whoever else is going to come along the line. I'm excited to see what the future is on defense. But we're going to be not stacked down there, but we're going to be pretty well set up. However, this is the part you've been waiting for. So why did we trade Korpisalo? Why did we get rid of our number one goaltender? It's for this reason. So let's scroll all the way down to the St. Louis Blues. Now, if you guys remember, what was it, on the trade deadline or something, St. Louis was doing very, very well. And I was like, I want to acquire both of their goaltenders. I think it was, 2 years ago or so. I was going to try to acquire one of them. However, now we got to the point where we can. And, if you guys remember, Jake Allen was their starter. He was. Like, look at how good he's done. Like, first year, 22-7, 26-15, 33-20, 33-27, 32-27, 39-17, and then this last year, I guess he split time with Fitzpatrick, 23-7-3. Like, obviously they were doing something right. Then Fitzpatrick, very good in his own right. His first year, 20-3. And 3, I guess. So 20-6 total. Like, that's pretty darn good. But also, he's a guy we're going to acquire. So Evan Fitzpatrick, 86 overall, 23 years old. We're going to have to sign him to a new contract, which is completely fine. I feel like a fresh start for Korpisalo will definitely work for us, as well as, everyone else involved in this trade. But we're going to acquire Fitzpatrick. But we're going to acquire Fitzpatrick here. And this is the part that might be a little crazy. So, let's just start right off with the first big part of this trade, left wings. Now, last year, you guys remember Michael Delcall. He was pretty up and down as far as performance went. When we got him, he was doing okay, right? 60 points in the AHL. I was like, all right. So we acquired him in this year, 32 points in the AHL, fine. He then became an 80 whatever overall in the AHL. We brought up in the next year. He did fine, right? 25 goals, 48 points. That's good. However, I tried to extend him to a new contract, and he wants to go from $3.9 million and basically double it to about $7 million. And with our very, very low salary cap right now, we don't really have the money to do so. So this is the part where we're going to have to say goodbye to Delcall, which is something I don't really want to do, but it's something I kind of have to do. Then we have another prospect in this situation, Ryan McLeod. Now, you may be wondering, why would you get rid of McLeod in this situation? And it's because he hasn't really done anything in the 2 years he's been here, right? 8th overall pick in the first year. Or I guess it might have been second year. No, it was first year. But a first full year, he had 11 points, right? 4 points in, about half of it, or actually a little bit more than half of the season. Then 11 points. He hasn't really done anything. 76 overall. He's got a bunch of trade value on him. Sometimes you have to give up, good things to get good things. So if he goes over to St. Louis and performs, then good for him. But in this situation, you know, we just can't keep on to him. So, also, the original time I went through this trade was there was a different goaltender in this mix. So, hopefully it works with James Reimer. But let's throw him in the trade there. Then we have a forward prospect down here in Richter. Again, unused prospect. Probably not going to sign him because we are pretty full up in the AHL. And then a 2024 draft pick in the first round. And hopefully this will go through because this is a lot on our side. I mean, if you look at the trade value bar, it's kind of like pretty uneven. But you know what? You have to give up something to get something. So, okay. So, this is the problem. To where I planned out the trade before, the goaltender we were going to trade actually had 2 years on his contract. So, this kind of sucks in that aspect. So, let's try to find... Do we have any goalies with 2 years? Subban, don't really want to get rid of him. I don't want to get over... Ooh. Is this where we go with Zetterberg and just get rid of him? Because we still have the draft coming up. And that's a lot of trade value, too. Do they have a prop? They don't. Okay. So what do they have for rookie skaters? Let me see what they have. Who are you? 9th overall, 2018 or 2019. Hasn't played yet. I don't know if he can play this year or not, but that's worth trying to acquire, honestly. So what about that? Will that go through? It's quite close to fair value. So, okay. I guess we could retain salary on Del Call, seeing it's going to go away. Yeah, it's going to go away right away. So, you know, I'm happy with that. It saves them some money, I guess, to start with. Darn, I was really hoping that would have worked. Okay, so what can we do here? Because, actually, we'll just leave the salary up on him. What can we do? Alright, so we swapped up the unsigned prospects to a guy I didn't really want to get rid of, but he wasn't really worth much. But either way, we have all the trades gone through and exactly what I wanted them to be. So we had to trade away quality to get quality. But we're helping our future tremendously, right? We ended up acquiring Bell in the trade. So he should be ready next year. So he might be up in the preseason. Let's just see what he can do. But we also got Lindros in this deal. Plus, we ended up acquiring, you know, another starter goaltender in Fitzpatrick. So I know you may be wondering, you know, why we went along with that. And it's just... I wanted to not shake up the team a whole bunch, but Del Call wanted a lot of money. And I mean a lot of money for not really earning it, in a sense. Like, I'd rather pay, you know, Spooner and Berchi and, you know, Besser and Lindholm a little bit more to produce what they're already doing compared to having Del Call, you know, not really performing. Plus, he was playing center for us, which... didn't really work out with how I wanted our team to kind of fit in, I guess. So it's kind of a strange situation without going through my mind. But we also have Belvier on the trade block just to see if we can get anything out of him. But a second for Belvier and a 4th. So that's this year's 4th for the 62nd. We could do that. Yeah, let's do that. So I know it's, you know, we're trying to get rid of our young guys. We're not trying to, but we are. So I know it's kind of difficult to understand, like I said. But I have a plan for the team. You know, I'll just say that. And, you know, after last year's huge, big year, you know, we're looking to build off that. And we're looking to keep on winning. And I still feel like, you know, regardless of, you know, if we would have kept our team the exact same, you know, it was just stale, right? I mean, Corpusel has been our starter for a couple years, and he just hasn't really performed. So, it's difficult to understand. I get it. I'm going to say it again. But we're in the draft now. We're making things better for our team. And we kind of kind of ready to go forward in the situation. So who was it that I was just looking at? I was looking at Domi, I think. So out of all these players, this one looks the best. I mean, hopefully. 59 overall. Okay, so a little bit lower than I wanted to, but I think we have 2 more seconds. So let's go see what we have. So 24th overall. I don't remember which one we actually traded for. But let's see what else we have here. So right wing sniper, he's pretty much only good at puck skills. So he knows how to deke, but it seems like that's about it. Left wing right-hander, left, okay. What about you? Left, okay. So my thought process is, I know how many prospects we have, and we need to kind of expand our winger pool if we can. But obviously anyone can really play wing if we really wanted them to. But top 9, somebody here has got to do something here. Okay, so another center, 18. I feel like if we're going to go that low, we'll just wait till the 3rd round, or the next pick, I should say. So let's try to see what else is up here. Because the other trouble thing is, a lot of people aren't scouted fully, so we don't really know exactly what they are. Goaltender. Do we want to try to just take a complete risk on a goaltender? 17-year-old right wing. Bickle, 6'1". Goran could be an interesting option. There's a bunch of goalies, right? You know what? I kind of want to take a goaltender right here. So let's go to goaltender. See what ones are right here. So we got kind of 3, maybe 4 in the loop here. This is something I never do because usually I don't draft goaltenders. So we got Jonathan Chan, Alan Bickle, 18, 17, and 18. So I kind of want to just take a chance on Chan. Why not? 57 overall fringe starter. Okay. So that's not terrible. Obviously, in 2nd round, I would like him to be a little bit better. But we still have another pick, very, very close. What else do we got? So we're in the same situation as we were before, with the simple picks. But something I like to do also in drafts, just a little behind the scenes tip, is sort of by sort of by potential, and then just kind of see what's there. So you'll get guys like Bilesma, who we looked at, who doesn't seem very good, but then you also get guys that are expected to go undrafted that actually have like better stats than the guys up top. So it's kind of weird how it all works out, but it works pretty well for the most part. Like, he's expected to go in the 7th round. Like, his stats definitely look a little bit better than 7th round material. But what else we got? Petrie, and we got Coronado here. Okay, so he's not terrible. We got a couple top 9s. What else we got? Ooh, this could be an interesting pick. He's got very good stats. What is he? He 3rd, 4th round? I'll take a risk on him. Yeah, 67 overall. So it's situations like that where they actually have like decent stats at the draft, and you just take a random chance on one and they end up being decent. So I'll take it. Let's go to the next pick. Plus, like I said, we needed wingers, so it kind of helps us out all around. What else do we got? Now we're in the 4th round or something like that. Lemieux, playmaker. Let's take that risk with Oleg Markov. Just why not? I mean, I know we really don't really need centers, but why not? 59 overall. It's 19 years old. Okay, so that's kind of fine. So I'll be the first one to say it. That draft will probably go down so far as the biggest trade we've made yet. Now, not only did we go through all of the trading process of, trading away Corpusello and getting Lindros and then getting Fitzpatrick afterwards and trading away, a couple of prospects. We end up not acquiring, but in the draft, we actually got some pretty decent picks after the 5th round. Now, I probably cut out most of it, but a couple of guys we got were about mid-60s overall. Actually, I can show you guys. I think, yeah, unsigned. So we got Bolduc here, right? So top 9, 64 overall. I don't remember where I got most of these. Yeah, Brodziak, like Semin. Obviously, we got Lindros. And then obviously a few other ones. But we got some pretty darn good picks in the draft. I'll tell you that much. So, as usual, let's start our re-sign process. Sort of by overall here. So Horvat is looking for an extension. Looks like in the future. Let's see. So we have Glass and Schlappy. Now we have let me check, 'cause I did write down our roster beforehand. So it looks like we have 3 spots in the NHL this year. We'll have a 3rd line left wing, 4th line center, and 4th line right wing. So we could potentially have Glass, Schlappik, and potentially someone else come up. So let's get rid of Letestu. He was good while he was here, but I want to make some room for some younger guys. Zach Smith, he didn't really play when he was over here. He was more of just a fill-in guy, but we'll let you to go to whatever team you want. So I'm actually kind of glad I drafted some. Actually, I didn't really draft some centers. I kind of stayed away from centers this year, but we might have to sign a couple of prospect centermen. So let's just assume that Glass and Schlappik are going to be in the NHL. So we'll have Kyrou, Nolan. We'll have to re-sign Batherson for at least 1 more year. And then Potulny down here. So Potulny we're just going to get rid of. There's no point. Markov, we'll probably sign someone else. So let me just mark down this. So we have, well, how many will have in the AHL? So we'll have 1, 2, 3. So instead of 7, like I thought there was, we are now going to have 7 because we traded away. How many centers did we trade away? So here we go. Left wings. Who do we got? So we got Spooner looking for another contract, which $4 million. All right, I'll take that. Yeah. See what I mean? Look at this performance. Like Delcol wanted like $7 million for the same amount of money that I'm about to pay Spooner $4 million for. Like it just didn't make sense to me. I probably could have gotten that lower, but you know what? Whatever. So Dzingel, you were listed as a 4th liner. But you do have some offensive upside to you. 30 points playing on the 3rd line. Which, it sucks I can't put him on the 4th line all the time. But, you know what? If we can get you to a 2-year at 1.85 type contract, that will be perfect for me. Honestly. So then we have Wolski. We'll have these guys. So we're going to have to probably qualify most of these guys' offers. Which kind of sucks because, they're not ready for the NHL really yet, and they want lots of money. Let's sign Semin, honestly, because he was a huge pickup. Sign him to the entry level contract. Wyman will not sign you. Okay, right wings now. So we got Lindholm, who definitely earns another contract. Lewis, let's just get rid of you immediately. Cool, okay. So let's sign Lindholm here. All right, so let's go to, what were you making last year? 4.3. Okay, so you actually had a huge year last year. Now you're probably going to be playing definite 2nd line. So let's go 5.5 at 4 years. That'll work for me. Richie, definitely want to bring him back. Let's get him to a similar contract to Dzingel if possible, but maybe a little bit more, maybe 2 at 2 type situation there. Then we got Bell from the trade, who has yet to make a debut. Kolsar, what have you done? Are you worth bringing back? 34 points. We'll bring you back for 1 more year. Actually, yeah, we'll bring him back for 1 more year. Probably after that point, we'll get rid of him if he doesn't progress anymore. Defense. Okay, so let's bring back everyone if possible. So Brodin, what type of contract? 4.4. Okay, so let's try to sign you. He's probably not going to accept it, but let's go 5 mil at 2 years. Martinez, we don't want to do anything longer than 2 years there. So how about 4.5 at 2? Smith, hopefully you want a lower contract? No. We do have lots of salary to deal with. However, I really don't want to pay Brendan Smith $4.75 million. Now, 11 points is decent. However, let's let him try to find a spot somewhere else first. Because I would like to try to start bringing up some guys, if possible, down here. Let's also sign Lindholm. Or not, I'm going to do it probably forever. Lindros. Let's try to sign him. Alright, so Englund. let's get rid of him because he hasn't really done anything really noticeable. Colton White, 25 points last year. What do we have for numbers? We have right, left, left. You're right. Let's bring back White because that will give us a solid. That would give us a solid top 4 in the AHL as well. Not trying to make them perfect down there, but just trying to make them good so we have some numbers going forward. Gilroy, 3rd round pick of Ottawa. I guess we could sign a couple of these guys. Let's release this guy. And let's sign Serge Lebel. I think that'll be it for prospect defense, at least for right now. We'll have to see what we need going forward. But goaltenders, all right, let's just get rid of the 2 idiots that are definitely not coming back. Okay, so this is probably going to be the core we're going with this year. We'll have to sign one other guy because Chan is not going to be ready to play this year. Fitzpatrick, what are you looking at for a contract? All right, so let's see. Start with like a 4.25 at 3 years type of deal. Probably won't accept it. I mean, if he does, then great. If not, then awesome. But it's not really a bridge deal because it's not really like low money. So I'd like to see that more often instead of just going straight from your entry level contract to like $9 million, like half the prospects want. Most of these guys don't realize apparently that we just went almost to the Stanley Cup final and then maybe could have won it. But a lot of these guys want money. I get it, but it's kind of annoying. I also find it funny how their asking prices are not really what they want. So it's kind of funny in that aspect. Damn, everyone just doesn't want to sign. We're going to have to pay out this year if we want to keep everyone. Looks like Brodin and Lindholm wanted to go to free agency and test it. However, we are going to try to get them back, along with seeing what else is out on the market, obviously. So let's go immediately try to sign those 2 guys. What's funny is I offered this guy $7 million at 4 years, and he wanted to do that. So let's try it again. 7 mil. Let's try to pay him, and then Brodin. Again, try to pay him like $7 million for about 4 years, and he didn't want to do that either. So let's try to get both of them 7 years, $4 million each. So it looks like we'll still have about $13 million afterwards, depending on what we want to get. We signed a whole bunch of guys, at least for the AHL. The only guys for the NHL we did end up signing, well, or hopefully about to sign, is Brodin and Lindholm. We also need one more player for the NHL. We actually need a forward for the 4th line. So let's scroll all the way down to the guys that don't want a lot of money, like Jesper Fast. Maybe him, maybe someone else, depending on what they can do for us. So, okay. So decent scoring ability, obviously. What else is down here? Honestly, let's just sign Jesper Fast. Or Jesper Fast, or however you want to pronounce it. 1 mil, 1.5 mil, 1 year. I'm happy with that. It will get us right at 40, and that might be perfect 50, honestly. But let's simulate a couple days. You'll see some guys that we'll get. So there's one of them. Prospects. So 3 prospects there. Lindholm, there we go. Brodin. What? I appreciate him about trying to go to another team. My goal is to win, and I don't think your team's going to be in a position to do that anytime soon. We just made to the 3rd round of the playoffs, Mr. Brodin. Alright, so besides that, everyone else accepted. So I guess since we don't have Brodin, let's go try to hopefully find someone else that's still available, if anyone is still available. Vlasic has 11 offers. So we'd have to sign him for around 6.5 mil for 3 years if we were going to go for him. The next left-hander is down here at Dupree, whatever. Or we could try to bring Smith back. That would kind of guarantee us having Lindros in the lineup next year. Oh, this is tough. Or we could go like $7 million on Vlasic for 2 years, so that way it's not too long. So after scouring the free agents list, either we spend about $7 million and attempt to get Vlasic, or we just trade away 2 prospects and a 3rd-round draft pick for Charlie Bigras, which is, let me just go show you. He's a top 4, 84-year-old, that's really old to be playing hockey still. Charlie Bigras, though, 26 years old, 84 overall. He puts up decent numbers, so we have that going for us. Better than Brodin. So we'll have a top 4 defenseman here. You know, plus we're getting rid of not really much. They don't seem to be interested in it, so let's try to trade another pick. So I was just going to get rid of next year's 3rd, but I guess we'll have to try to get rid of next year's 2nd to make this go through. Still not interested. 2 seconds and 2 prospects for Charlie Bigras. There we go. So that goes through. We got a top 4 defenseman that we wanted. And it gives us, you know, a younger player too as well. I mean, Brodin wasn't that old to begin with. But you know what? We had to get another top-end player in there. We can't just go on what Vlasic. Because, I mean, we kind of saw how it goes, especially with free agency. If they see our team doesn't fit what they want, then we gotta see what else happens. So that makes me curious. What does that make our team right now? Because we went to the 3rd round, we're a playoff hopeful. Okay, so I mean I could see where they have their concerns, but I mean we just made it to the 3rd round. I mean we did well last year, you know, kind of did well, but I guess that's all the signings we have. But either way, let's get to the preseason and show you guys the position battles. So here we go with the potential lines for this year. The only reason I have them like this that are a little wonky as far as overall wise goes is because I base it on last year's performance. So that's why Turris is ahead of Horvat and, you know, etc. Lindholm, you know, situations like that. I just kind of did what they did last year type of idea. However, for preseason, I'm going to mess with the lines a lot. Like guys like Glass and Schlappick, I'm probably going to move up to like the first line to play alongside of, you know, whoever, and, you know, swap around the lines, especially with forwards, just to kind of see who plays well together. Probably change them almost every game, most likely. But then we have a huge battle on defense this year. This is what it potentially looks like going forward. However, you may notice Goldman. He's been in the AHL for what, 2 years now? Yeah, 2 years. And he seems to want to make a name for himself. However, we still have Lindros and we have Liljegren, who both want to look for a spot as well this year. So I'll probably take out Martinez and Shattenkirk and see the battle there. As for goaltenders, I mean, we have Velhainen up here as well right now, just to see if he'll do anything during the preseason. Probably just split the games, you know, give him like 2 each, then probably just put in Fitzpatrick, since he's going to be our starter for the 7th game. So off camera, I'm going to go through, get all the lines sorted, get the captains sorted. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going to say the exact same with Shattenkirk, Turris, and Martinez, I think the other one is. But we're going to do that off camera. Like I said, we're going to see what the preseason battles are. And then hopefully we'll have the regular season next episode. And we'll start the season off strong. See if we can go back to the playoffs, starting with the first couple months of the year. But as for now, I'm going to wrap it up here. Since it's been an hour and 5 minutes of recording, obviously, you guys know you'll see a lot less than that. So you're welcome. But like I said, this is it for today, guys. If you did enjoy, hit the like button down below. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button. And as always, guys, we'll see you next time.
I want you forever, even when we're not together. Scars on my body so I can take you wherever. Like, I want you forever, even when we're not together. Scars on my body, I can look at you and never